Hi everybody! Today I thought I'd read you a story. So I chose one of my favorite stories. This one is called Frederick and it's about a little mouse. This book is by somebody called Leo Leone and I just love it. Frederick. All along the meadow where the cows grazed and the horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, not far from the barn and the granary, a chatty family of field mouse had their home. But the farmers had moved away. The barn was abandoned and the granary stood empty. And since winter was not far off, the little mice began to gather corn and nuts and wheat and straw. They worked all day and night, all except Frederick. Which one do you think is Frederick? Frederick, why don't you work? They asked. I do work, said Frederick. I gather sun rays for the dark, cold winter days. And when they saw Frederick sitting there, staring at the meadow, they said, "And now, Frederick?" "I gather colors," answered Frederick simply, "for winter is grey." And once Frederick seemed half asleep. "Are you dreaming?" they asked crossly. But Frederick said, "Oh no, I am gathering words, for the winter days are long and many, and we will run out of things to say." The winter days came, and when the first snow fell, the 5 little field mice took to their hideout in the stones. In the beginning there was lots to eat, and the mice told stories of foolish foxes and silly cats. They were a happy family. But little by little, they had nibbled up most of the nuts and berries. The straw was gone, and the corn was only a memory. It was cold in the wall, and no one felt like chatting. Then they remembered what Frederick had said about sunrays and colors and words. "What about your supplies, Frederick?" they asked. "Close your eyes," said Frederick, as he climbed on a big stone. "Now I send you the rays of the sun. Do you feel how they golden glow?" As Frederick spoke of the sun, the 4 little mice began to feel warmer. Was it Frederick's voice? Was it magic? "And how about the colors, Frederick?" they asked anxiously. "Close your eyes again," Frederick said. And when he told them of the blue periwinkles, the red poppies in the yellow wheat, and the green leaves of the berry bush, they saw the colors as clearly as if they had been painted in their own minds. "And the words, Frederick?" Frederick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then, as if from a stage, he said, "Who scatters snowflakes? Who melts the ice? Who spoils the weather? Who makes it nice? Who grows the four-leaf clovers in June? Who dims the daylight? Who lights the moon? 4 little field mice who live in the sky. 4 little field mice like you and I." One is the spring mouse who turns on the showers. Then comes the summer who paints in the flowers. The fall mouse is next with walnuts and wheat, and winter is last with cold little feet. Aren't we lucky the seasons are 4? Think of a year with one less or one more. When Frederick had finished, they all applauded. "But Frederick," they said, "you're a poet." He blushed, took a bow, and said shyly, "I know it." The end. I hope you enjoyed reading this book as much as I did. I love the story, and I've got some questions for you to think about. In the story, the mice get ready for winter. Do you know all 4 seasons? Can you name all 4 of them? I'll give you a minute. What's the first one that you can think of? The second one? Third one? And what's the last one? The 4 seasons. Can you think of them all? Do you think it's important to have beautiful things like comforting words and special memories, or do you think it's just important to have things like food? Something to think about. Which kind of mouse do you think you would have been? Do you think you would have been going around collecting snacks and food, or memories and beautiful words and special colors that you could think about when it got cold and dark and wintry? So yeah, have a think about which kind of mouse you think you would have been. And then the last question I want to ask you is, what do you think the other mice learned from Frederick when they were all gathering berries and corn and nuts and things for the winter? What was he doing, and why was that something that was also important to do? So those are the questions I have for you about this book. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you can go and paint your own picture of this part of the story, what all the mice were thinking about and all the beautiful colors that they could remember. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.